smile on your face makes it easy to trust you. Hey guys, and welcome back to my page. I decided to do like a little. I'm gonna get ready. Yeah, there's not much to do. I'm gonna do my hair. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story as I get ready, and I'm gonna see how it works. 'Cause I've never done anything like this before. As you can see, my hair is a bit of a bush, and a bush. I look like a bush. Okay, my hair's a bit messy. So this is kind of, I can actually say this is my first video in 2017. 17, whatever, whatever you want to say. 17. I'm going to tell you the story time of when I fainted in a workplace. I know, I fainted at work, in public. Yeah, so let's just get right into this. There's no need to be talking in the intro. Just get right into it. So I have put heat protection serum in my hair where I'm about to straighten. It does already look straight, but it's not. So I'm going to start from the day before it actually happened. So me and my friend, we went to Shisha. You know what Shisha is? Those little pipes and things. And so we went to Shisha. Something came up, so we actually had to leave the Shisha Lounge and make our way back. As we do, we got picked up from our friend and we got dropped off to mine. On the way to mine, something happened, so we had to go. Went into the hospital and we'll see wherever. I'm not going to bash the hospital, but they weren't really useful one bit. Like, we discharged ourselves from the hospital. But anywho, I don't think I mentioned I had work the next day. So I got back home at 5 o'clock the next day. So it would have been 12 o'clock when I was in the hospital, and was in the hospital for 4 hours. So I got back at 5 and I had work. So I had work from 8 o'clock till 9, so I had the devil shift. Yes, the devil shift. I literally just got this section at the back. I'm really cracked, so I'm going to straighten my hair. So I had the devil's shift. I was not proud. So I had a devil's shift. So I had a double shift, so I had a massive shift. And it was not just one shift, it was actually 2 in 1. What was I thinking? So I decided to stay awake instead of sleeping, because I thought if I go to sleep, I am going to be more exhausted than how I am feeling right now, because I felt fine. Which was the worst decision I made in my whole life. So I stayed on the phone to one of my good friends until it was time for me to get up and start to get ready. It's quite irritating me. So I had to be up and ready for 6:30 and out the house for about 7:30 to be at work for 8. So I got in the shower, brushed my teeth, washed my face, put my clothes on, put my makeup on, and left the house. I didn't think. Come on, Jess, get some coffee. No, I didn't even grab myself a coffee, which was kind of good then, to be honest with you, because it probably would have messed with me. So I've made my way to work now. I didn't mention my workplace was so close. It was only 20 minutes away from my actual house. I know, I should be still working there now, but I moved to a different workplace. So I used to just, I'm going to just explain my journey. It's amazing. I used to come out my house and then I would turn right, and that was like an alley kind of thing. I'd walk through the alley. I would then cross the road and then walk up a hill. Boy, you need better energy to walk up that hill. And then I'd cross the road, go into the other side of the road, and walk down, and then take the first left, straight down, cross over, walk all the way down this long road, cross over halfway, making sure you don't get run over by any coming cars. Carry on walking down to the end of that road. Then you come to the end of the road. Then you would walk towards your left, straight down that road. Carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on. Then you would see the shop that I worked in. Sainsbury's. So I wasn't that far from the shop. No, I wasn't. So I got into work now. And I just sat on my chill. I sat on my hill, and I just did I did my thing. So I used to scan the Red Bull. I used to scan the olive oil serum. I used to scan people's things, you know. So I was scanning. Hey, you alright? Would you like a bag? Oh, okay then. They're 5p, you know. Anyway, so I was doing my thing. And as I was getting into working, I started to feel kind of hot. I started to get hot flushes in my body. I started to get hot. I started to rock on my chair because I was just like, damn, what's going on? I couldn't actually fixate to what was actually going on. My body was just not doing what it was meant to be doing. Then I got the numbness. That was it. So I would touch something and I wouldn't be able to feel the actual item properly. I couldn't actually feel it. I couldn't actually feel the item. And it was actually really scary. Like, I didn't feel like it was in my hand. That's not normal. You shouldn't have to feel like that. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't actually feel anything that I was touching. I just did not feel right one bit. So it was time for my break. It was time for me to go home and rest up for a bit. So I went home. I got into the house and I tried to sleep for a bit. It just wasn't working for me. So I decided, okay, I might as well eat because I hadn't ate. So I made some toast and a sausage sandwich. No, just couldn't. I just couldn't consume it. I thought, okay, I'm going to make a hot chocolate. Because I love hot chocolate. And I added a bit of coffee in there for a bit of caffeine and energy because that's what I needed. And I got a buzz. I felt really awake again. I was like, anyway, so time went past. Time went faster than I could even imagine. So I made my way back to work, and it was 5 o'clock. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was 4:30 when I got back, and I finished at 9 from there. So I was working. Can't explain it. You know, you feel sick inside, but then you feel hot, but then you feel cold, but then you feel weak, then you feel like just over the right. That's how I was feeling. I just weren't feeling normal, weren't feeling right, not feeling like Jessica. So I'm serving customers, doing what is required in my work for the second half. And the things I was describing to you earlier was just coming back and was coming back really bad, like really. Just to clarify, I was feeling numb, I was getting out-of-body experiences, and my scenery changed. Like, everything around me just looked completely weird. Like, I just felt like I was not in this world no more. Like, I disappeared for like a hot second. It was just really scary. Yeah, basically that. Speaking to customers, having conversations and not actually recalling that I was speaking to them. I didn't remember that I was actually making a conversation until I catch myself speaking. It's really weird to explain. Like, my mind was just lay, and I was speaking and it was taking long to register that I was actually communicating with somebody. So that was not really a good idea. That wasn't a good idea to work in that condition. So then time went on and I started to get out of body experiences where I would pick up something, and one thing I cannot miss out in this whole story, I stood up and I felt like I see my body stand up. I was seeing my body from a different perspective. It felt like I came out of my body and I could see it standing up. That was scary. And I would stand up and I wouldn't realise that I stood up. And I would look at the chair to see if I could see me sitting in the chair, but obviously I was standing up. That would have been impossible. I felt like I was dying. Seriously. So, fast forward to the time it happened. It was about 8 o'clock. I'm sitting on the till, talking to this student. I knew he was a student because he was telling me he was at university. How would I remember this? I don't know. So he was having a conversation with me. I scanned all his stuff. I took the payment. I put it in the till. It just went black. And then I got tunnel vision. I don't know if anybody's got that before, but I got tunnel vision. And I could just see the man running towards my supervisor. I was going, I can't see. And then somebody was dragging me off my chair. Somebody was pushing me into a wheelchair. It happened so quick. From my knowledge, I just don't remember it too tough. My manager got on the phone to a paramedic because I was in a state when I was sitting in the wheelchair. Tears, I was scared. I was actually questioning what's going on. I was asking for it to stop. Not knowing that it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop anytime soon. And luckily that day there was actually a nurse within the store that actually spoke to me and was actually helping me through the whole situation that was actually going on. If only I could thank this person to this day, because I still don't know who this person was, but they were so helpful with this really scary moment in my whole life. So it was a woman and she was comforting me, touching my hands and doing things like you're meant to do when you're going through something like this. So the paramedic was speaking to me, asking me if I'm okay, asking me questions, asking me what can you see, what can you feel, what can you smell, all these questions about sensory. And then I must have. So I was speaking to the paramedic, and then do you know when you're just somebody's speaking to you, but it's going in one ear and coming out next? All I heard him say to me was, "Jessica, are you conscious?" And I was like, "No, I'm unconscious. I'm unconscious. I can't see." I know. It's like so over the top. Man, you were so. So then I remember I felt like I was in a hospital. The walls was white. It didn't look like I was in my workplace. The whole place, the whole scenery changed. I could smell, but I couldn't see. Like everything was just, I could see for 1 minute, next thing it was just like this. I could see 1 minute and next thing it was like this. It was just on repeat. So the paramedics have come, pushed me through the stall using the wheelchair. It was so embarrassing. I was just like, you know when you put your head down, you were so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I was just like, oh my gosh, why me? Why do I have to embarrass myself like this? I got put into the ambulance, at the back of the ambulance. I had to sit and I was speaking to the woman. All I can say is she would say something to me and then my mind would just go blank and I wouldn't remember what she was talking to me about. So she took my blood. I think it's to check your sugar levels or whatever. They checked my blood pressure, most things, and checked what was in my blood. That came back clear. And then I had a choice to stay in a lovely hospital or stay in my lovely home. I stayed home, so my mum looked after me. The next day, my doctor sent me and we took some blood tests. I hate to take blood. We took some blood tests and I got my results back a couple of days later. They was just explaining that I was low on a couple of things, but that's fine. There are things that you can have that can bring you back up to normal. She even suggested drinking cabbage water. But the whole point of this is make sure you sleep, make sure you eat, make sure you rest, make sure you take care of your body. So if you get anxious, you're going to have an anxiety attack. Okay? If you overthink the situation, you're going to have an anxiety attack. So there's a couple of things I want you to take in mind. If you start feeling numbness, scared, not normal and out of body experiences, before it can trigger off, look around. What can you see? Right now I can see my camera. Hey! What can you smell? I can smell this Red Bull. Taste. Well, if you've got something in your hands when it's happening, make sure you try to eat it. Taste it. What's it taste like? This nice sandwich with some chicken on it and vegetables. Yeah. Okay. Hear. What can you hear? Besides your own voice in your head. Cars. Can you hear people talking? And what can you feel? Make sure to keep your mind active. To think of all the stuff you can hear, you can see, you can feel, you can taste, you can smell, all your senses are there. Then you know that you are here and nothing can get any worse than this. Mainly just eat and sleep and drink lots of fluids and take yourself to the doctors, get blood tests to check if you're low on anything, because it could be something else that can trigger it off. There's loads of things that can trigger loads of things off. Anyway guys, take care and look after yourself. Your body is important. Your body's like a car. It needs fuel to run. It needs to rest also. So look after yourself. I did try to explain it to my best knowledge. So please take care and I'll see you soon.